Welcome back, Love Nation. This is Nina. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you to everybody that has been coming to my channel. Like this video, share this video, and hit that notification bell so you know when I drop my next one. We're going to get straight into part 2 of The Fall of Vince McMahon as I read another section of this lawsuit. And I am going to say this is pretty disturbing information. There was a lot of things going on behind the scenes, and I am very grateful that this young lady came out to speak out on what happened to her while she worked for Vince McMahon at the WWE Corporation. There are trigger warnings in this video. I did everything I could to cover up the words. Y'all know how YouTube can be. However, just read along with me so you can see what is going on because this is a very, very sad case that I'm reading right now. Part 3 will be coming soon. Make sure you subscribe to this channel as I get into part 2 of The Fall of Vince McMahon. And don't forget to leave your comments respectively below. Here we go, guys. Again, trigger warning. Vince McMahon also subjected Miss Grant to acts of extreme cruelty and degradation that caused Miss Grant to disassociate and or become numb to reality in order to survive the encounters. As one example of Vince McMahon's extreme depravity, on May 9th, 2020, he used the restroom on Miss Grant during a menage and then commanded her to continue being with his friend, with his number 2 in her hair and running down her back. While McMahon went to the bathroom to shower. Upon his return from the bathroom, Vince McMahon and his friend actively resumed the act, which lasted over an hour and a half, while Miss Grant remained covered in filth. When McMahon's friend left, Vince McMahon ordered her to stay and to continue to gratify him. In June of 2021, McMahon and defendant Laurinaitis SA'd Miss Grant inside of Laurinaitis' office in WWE headquarters, while colleagues were busy at their desks. Behind a locked door, the two men cornered her and pulled her in between them, forcibly messing with her, before ultimately putting her on a table in between them. She begged them to stop, but they did it anyway, taking turns, grabbing her, not letting her go, while saying no means yes and take that female dog. Unsurprisingly, others at WWE knew what was going on, but instead of intervening to protect Miss Grant, WWE actively sought to conceal the wrongdoing. In January of 2022, Vince McMahon told Miss Grant that his wife had found out about their relationship, purportedly to avoid divorce, negative publicity, and other repercussions. Vince said that Miss Grant's time at WWE was at an end, but that he wanted her to sign an NDA to ensure her silence on, among other things, his personal misconduct. In the days ahead, McMahon put Miss Grant under immense pressure to sign, saying that refusing would not only jeopardize McMahon, his family, and the company, but that she'd surely become a public headline, suffer reputational ruin, including from pictures that Vince McMahon had captured, and face Vince McMahon's legal resources. Conversely, Vince reassured her that her signature would ensure his continued support and protection and safeguard her reputation. Ultimately, Ms. Grant succumbed to the pressure and signed the NDA in exchange for payments, which Vince McMahon later stopped making. Even after pushing Ms. Grant out of the company and muzzling her with an NDA, Vince McMahon continued efforts to exploit her, including attempting to, you guys can read that, her to a WWE star who would be in New York City for a live event and TV taping in March of 2022. Understandably, defendant's predatory conduct has left Ms. Grant crippled, both physically and mentally, including from debilitating symptoms of post traumatic stress disorder and deletion. These symptoms led to her termination from her subsequent job running her building's operations due to her inability to leave her home for weeks at a time. Despite Vince McMahon's promise of reputational protection, WWE appears to have leaked information that led to the public's disclosure of her name by a media blogger who cited a source in WWE's with direct knowledge of the situation, which, upon information and belief, was an overt intimidation tactic aimed at Ms. Grant. WWE has also attempted to sweep the matter under the rug, following the media reports that Vince McMahon was involved in a hush money payment scandal. WWE released a statement in June of 2022 to announce that a special committee of its board of directors was investigating the allegations of misconduct and appointing Stephanie McMahon as interim CEO and interim chairwoman. In this capacity, Miss McMahon, they're referring to Stephanie McMahon, who is his daughter, publicly affirmed her commitment to doing everything in her power to help the special committee complete its work and to implement its findings. She also declared the importance of a safe and collaborative workplace. Notwithstanding this public statement, the investigation was a sham. In November of 2022, WWE touted the conclusion of the special committee investigation into the misconduct. Yet the special committee never even bothered to interview Ms. Grant or request any documents, despite Ms. Grant stating that she would definitely cooperate. In SEC findings, the company tried to divert attention away from McMahon's things that he was doing to women by focusing on the technical issue of how hush money was accounted for. In other words of the company, the issue was immaterial accounting errors related to certain payments that Vince McMahon agreed to make during the periods of 2006 through 2022. Emphasis added. Through all of this trauma, Ms. Grant has endured profound suffering in silence, feeling of exploitation, loss of security, and the fear of facing the wrath of WWE and McMahon's army of attorneys if she were to come forward and bring to light the egregious acts detailed herein. That time has passed, and Ms. Grant seeks to hold defendants accountable for their reprehensible and unlawful acts for her own sake and for others. Ms. Grant seeks a declaratory judgment that her NDA is invalid under federal and state laws and asserts other laws, including the TVP Protection Act. The parties. Plaintiff Janelle Grant, a Connecticut citizen, is a former employee of WWE, having worked there from June of 2019 through March of 2022. Defendant Vincent K. McMahon, a Connecticut citizen, co-founded WWE in 1990 and served on the board of directors of WWE from 1980 to September of 2023. He is currently the executive chairman of the board for TKO Group Holdings LLC. Defendant World Wrestling Entertainment Inc., NKA World Wrestling Entertainment LLC. WWE is a Delaware limited liability company whose sole managing members is TKO Group Holding Inc., TKO for short, a Delaware corporation until on or about September 12th of 2023. WWE was a Delaware corporation with headquarters in Connecticut. On September 12th of 2023, a transaction completed between Endeavor Group Holdings and World Wrestling Entertainment Inc. resulted in a merger between the WWE and Ultimate Fighting Championship, UFC, promotions and the formation of their new parent company, TKO. Defendant John Laurinaitis, an Arizona citizen, is the former head of talent relations and general manager at the WWE, who, on information and belief, was officially dismissed by the WWE in August of 2022 amid allegations of misconduct by women in the WWE. You guys, this is going to conclude part 2 of reading these very, very troubling documents. Part 3 will be coming soon. Please leave your comments below as we walk through this case filing. Like, share, subscribe, you guys. Until next time, be safe. Enjoy your night. Bye, guys.